concept of mother and father. I didn't know what family was and all of that. All I knew that I was living with people who were there. Yeah, I didn't know what they were. I didn't know auntie and all of that. I was living there. And I recall very vividly, I don't think I was a bad child. I didn't talk much. And I don't remember myself giving a lot of trouble. But I recall that I used to be tied. Tied like you would tie a boat. Right? Tethered to a table on the veranda. And whenever it was lunchtime or time to feed, they would bring the food there to me. So much so that even when I was not tied, I found myself returning to the table whenever I would get food. I developed a habit based on the experience. At the age of about 6, I met my mother for the first time. Apparently, they were fed up of me, they were tired, so they called my mother to come get me. So my mother came to get me, and she brought me to Grenada, a different island. So at 6, I'm starting over in a different island, not knowing the woman who came to get me, or where she was bringing me. And bringing me to Grenada, sandflies and all that, and I had eczema. I had terrible, terrible skin, and used to be teased. I still have terrible skin. Yeah? So I wear long sleeves most of the time. Right? It's only now as an adult, I'm getting high self-esteem, and I'm appreciating my skin, and I'm like, I have my skin, so sometimes I put on short sleeve, right? Because I'm learning to love myself in the skin that I'm in. Pretty, chamba, whatever it is, that's the skin I have to work with, right? So I'm going to work it. So she took me to Grenada, and I used to be teased a lot. But then at the age of 9, my mother got fed up. And so she shipped me to another parish, to where my father's relatives are from. I was there, and we were going through the motion. My father would send money to take care of me and all of those kinds of things. But sometimes money is never enough, right? Sometimes we want relationship. We want to feel like we belong, and we want to feel like we're loved, and we want somebody to tell us how special we are. We want somebody to just be there, to recognize our potential and to recognize the things that we love to do. I used to love sing, and I used to love art and all those, and there was nobody who were there to affirm me and say, you're good at this. And so I was with my grandmother, all of that. My father was sending money, but I wasn't getting money. I wasn't being cared for. Because here's what, there's another issue there. My father and his relatives had some wealth. My mother didn't. So they looked down on me because of who my mother was. And so I wasn't being cared for. And you want to know how I would have to go to school? I would have to wash dishes for my cousins who didn't want to do it. And they got their allowances, and they would pay me. And that's how I sent myself to school, while my father was sending me. So at the age of 13, I started to live alone. Yeah? When I say live alone, I mean in a house by myself. I packed my bags because my grandmother said to me to leave. Packed my bags, and I went to my father's house that was just there. And I lived by myself. Started smoking weed, I started drinking, you know, the things when you have no direction and all that. I would go to school drunk and all of that. I should have been a statistic. I should have said to myself, well, you never had parents around, you never had support, and you never had love, or any of those kinds of things. But I remember one lady called Odette Campbell. She was a lady who took liking to me in church. Because even though I was scarred and wounded by abandonment and neglect and feeling like I was unspecial, she thought I was bright. Just like you girls here, I was very expressive. You see, we came in and Look at I had a plain little chart on the wall. And just like that, you said, let me design it for you. And now I have a very pretty chart on the wall. So I was expressive like that and creative like that. And she saw potential in me. And she helped me to reshift my life's direction. Where am I today? Where I am today is not despite what I've been through. It is because of what I've been through. Sometimes we feel while we're going through it that our life is falling apart. But I want you to know that your life isn't falling apart, it's falling into place. My life was falling into place because somehow God looked down in the future and He saw how all of these experiences were adding value to my life so I can move into spaces and touch the lives of people who needed to be touched in a particular kind of way. And that has given me a lot of meaning. And now I understand, I can look back and say, wow, that is why I had that experience. So last year, I published a book called Grab You Some Lemons. You know they say when life gives you lemons? Yeah? You ever heard that saying?
Yeah.
When life throws you lemons, make some lemonade. And how many of you have ever had a lemon and you suck it? How it tastes nice? Lemon tastes nice to you when you suck it like that. Anybody else ever suck a lemon?
Bitter or lime.
Or lime? Sour. Sour, but it's nice. All right. You like sour. You have a sour taste. But lemons can be sour or bitter. It's jarring to the taste. It's not the first thing you run to pick up to eat. Like an orange or a melon or an apple. They can be bitter. But when you add a little water to the lemon, and you add a little sugar to the lemon, and you add 2 cubes of ice to the lemon, your life starts out done. And that is how life is. It gives us a mixture of experiences. The bad ones that are the lemons, the good ones, the water and the sugar and all of those nice things. And when we put those together, it forms a whole that adds value to the world and blesses people's lives. So I'm here today to speak to you, not because I'm this bright, accomplished person, but because I've been through some stuff. And what I'm going to do in my session with you is to show you how you can use your stuff to make a path, create a roadmap for a vision that is so much brighter than your past. Imagine a boy who has been moved from place to place, bounced from place to place, rejected. Today my mother and I are friends, by the way. Rejected by parents. Contemplated suicide. I had my first nervous breakdown, mental breakdown at the age of 15. I was writing A-level exams at the time. Yes, A-level. Because